What's happening, everybody? Kyle Steele, SEO expert, coming at you for whoop whoop Deep Tracks. What is Deep Tracks? It's where we take the 1 Minute Wednesday idea and we go deep, scuba diving deep, and give you actionable advice on your business and your life. Let's roll. Talked about time. And is it really your time that you're spending? And how are you spending it? Is it somebody else's? Is it yours? You know, I had Lender Close on before, and I talked about how if you can monetize time back to your clients, you're always going to win in business, because that is the currency of life. That's the most valuable thing that you have. You can't get more of it. You never have enough of it. At the end of life, everybody says, gosh, I wish I had more time with this person, that person, whatever it might be. You've got to be able to take your time back, right? And one thing that really gets me is when people say, oh, you've been an SEO expert for 7 months, whatever that might be. Well, if you think about it, you know, I actually kind of did a deep dive, a deep audit. You know, I called Matt Damon from Good Will Hunting, beep, bop, boop, beep, boop, boop, about 108 hours a week. And I know most of you out there are spending just as much time on your business or your profession or your craft. You're working your butt off. And so when somebody says, oh, only 7 months, no, it's actually been about, you know, 1 year and 2/3. And like I said, in a couple months, it'll be about 2 years. And so when somebody says, how much experience do you have? Well, experience and how long you've been there are two totally different things, right? I think about my man, Wes Merrill. And Wes was part of the 3 a.m. club with me, you know, at Gravitate. He'd be there till 3 a.m. But when he went out to try to find that corporate job, people thought, oh, you don't have enough experience. Are you kidding me? Like that guy, okay, Wes Merrill, you can check out a podcast with him on Business and Beers. I'll put it up there. Amazing guy. Wes Merrill was he's 23. I guess he's probably 24 now. But he had started 2 businesses in college successfully, one venture school, and successfully, sold off those businesses, went into the corporate world, and people are asking him if he has experience. Like, when you get out of college, most people don't have any experience. They might have worked at Olive Garden, they might have worked at Applebee's, or, the grocery store. This guy had so much experience, but people actually thought that, oh, you're entrepreneurial. And so we don't know if we want you here because you're an entrepreneur. Like, that's a bad thing. Do you know how many companies say that they're entrepreneurial, but they would never hire an entrepreneur? You know why? Because an entrepreneur works 108, 120, 160 hours a week. And they love every minute of it because they're working on what their passion is. So my question to you is it really your time or is it somebody else's? When you think about all the demands on your time and how you're spending those, is it really your time? Do you really own it? That's the question I always ask people. Do you really own your time? And you can't get it back. And I've also got my cat here about ready to knock over my camera. So this is great. I'm going to tell you how good of a salesperson I am, right? I wanted a golden retriever my whole life. So now I have 3 cats and a Pomeranian. So that tells you just how good I am at sales. And you know what? Here's Maverick, this little turd. He's for sale. If anybody wants him, call me. I'll put up the number to call me to get a hold of him. I'll sell that cat. When you think about when HR asks you, when you're in an interview, well, how long did you spend, or how much experience do you have? How long did you spend at your previous employer? Well, I know when I was in sales, when I was at Great America, I mean, those guys are grinding. The successful ones, they're working 100 hours a week. They're never off the clock. They always have their phone on them. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I don't care how you feel about it. That's it. So you could say, well, there's probably a lot of candidates in here who came in for 40 hours a week. Well, I'm working 80 to 100 hours. So even though I was only there for 2 years, It's actually more like 4.5 years. Because if I'm working 100 hours a week, well, that means in 1 year's time, I've actually 2.5x, whatever you want to call that, right? You know, I've really grinded away. And so my question is, how are you spending your time? That's the currency of life. How are you quantifying time back to your clients? How are you quantifying time with your family? And are you really spending time? Are you putting your phone down and spending time with your family, or are you just simply just there, right? Because being present is one thing, but actually being in the moment. So spend your time wisely. Put the phone down. Get off social media. Get off, the internet. Get off Amazon while you're spending time with your family. Rule at the Steel House, hey, nobody brings a phone to Sunday dinner. And everybody wants to talk crap about their kids, millennials, whatever. You know who's the worst offenders? People my age, the big 4-0. That's right. We got a great thunderstorm going here in Iowa. It's absolutely beautiful. These are the nights I live for. These are the times that I remember long in my memory, like John Coyle teaches you, right? Because I've got my laptop right there, and I'm ready to go to work after I'm done recording. Whoop, whoop, deep tracks. But you know what? Turning 40, here's something else that's funny, right? Here's something really funny about turning 40. I run into people, I'll be like, man, how old are you? They're like, oh, 42. I'm like, man, you look really good for 42. I'm like, man, they look like me. Well, yeah, I'm 40. That's why I think they look good. I don't know if they really do. If I was 20 years old, I'd probably think, man, that's an old fart, right? But still going strong. Thanks for all the birthday wishes out there on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Appreciate everything, everybody. It's been a fun ride for 7 months in somebody else's time, but not mine. I've been an SEO expert for about 1 2/3, and I'm picking up new stuff every single day. I want to thank you for tuning in for Deep Tracks. If you have any advice on a 1 Minute Wednesday idea, holler at me. Let me know. I'd love to get feedback. What else you want to learn about, right? Because it's been an absolute blast doing this. So many people, when I run into them, they're talking about 1 Minute Wednesday, how much they enjoy it. People are saying, hey, this is the reason I get up on Wednesday, which I think they're kind of, BJ Greenlee out there, I think he's kind of embellishing that, but I'll take it. I will take it all I can get. Kyle Steele, SEO expert. Till next week on Whoop Whoop Deep Tracks. Peace.